Nyala, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Point Break. I know in my review for Sicario from October, I said that in my next review, which is this one, that I would probably not have my hair in braids or twists again, but as fate would have it, it happened again, and I'm in braids once more. So next time, whatever movie I'm reviewing next, I will not have my hair in braids. So anyway, let's get this show on the road. Or should I say, let's get this show on the wave. Because, as you may know, if you've seen the original Point Break, and if you've seen the trailer of this new remake, that there's a lot of surfing involved in the movie. So the original film from 1991 was directed by Catherine Bigelow, yay, and the two leading guys were Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. Like, straight up, old school hotness. But in the current film, Luke Bracey, the blonde one in the trailers, if you go watch the trailer, he plays Johnny Utah, and Edgar Ramirez plays Bodhi. Those two guys, Luke and Edgar, let's call them Ledgar, they were beautiful. So let's just like say for fantasy's sake that polygamy is totally acceptable. So if anyone watching this can get in contact with Luke and Edgar, you could tell them, like, okay, we can have like a double wedding, like two husbands and one wife, right? You know, so we can get married. So I saw a screening of Point Break about a week and a half ago, and it's actually going to be released to the public in a few days on Friday, on Christmas Day, which is so cool. I am wearing my favorite Christmas sweater. It's coming out soon. You guys should see it if you like these three things. 1, if you like action in general. 2, if you like beautiful men. 3, if you love extreme sports. And number 3, probably the most important out of all of those things. If you don't like watching extreme sports on TV, then you will hate this movie, because this movie is 100% full of badass extreme sports! Snowboarding, base jumping, free rock climbing with like no strings attached, surfing, motocross, like dirt bike stuff in like dirty mountains, skydiving. I think that's everything. Basically, you got what I'm saying. It was jam-packed with extreme sports. Everyone was an extreme athlete, all of the characters. So this new version of Point Break was really like a hardcore action sports version of the original. What I loved about the film is that there is a huge focus on nature and the sports, of course, and there's more of a focus on the meaning behind what the crime committers are doing. I don't know why so many people I've seen on the internet have been hating on the trailer. Like, they haven't seen the movie yet. They haven't seen a screening like I did. And so they haven't seen the full picture. They've seen a 2-minute trailer. And they're judging it already, saying, oh, it just looks like one big sporty movie. Okay, yeah, it is pretty sporty, but there is the story there. The movie obviously still is gonna have the storyline. It's still gonna have character relationships. It's still gonna have good acting, quality acting, and it's still gonna have good, what I loved was the aerial shots of all the different locations that these characters went to. Johnny Utah is the FBI rookie agent guy, and his first big assignment is to now deal with figuring out who is committing these like huge scale crazy crimes that have to do with like things falling out of the sky and with parachutes, and I don't want to give away exactly what the crimes were. At that point, I think you need to just see the movie to appreciate the whole story behind the crimes that they commit and the whole story behind what they're even doing with their lives. Like, this is honestly their livelihood. This is what they have devoted their time and their effort and their money and their everything to. I think if you've seen the original Point Break, you can appreciate how they took the concept from the old movie and really revamped it and made it into a current day, action-packed, emotional story. And then on the other hand, for the other people who haven't ever seen the original Point Break, you can totally just go in to see this new film, don't even think about the old one, don't worry about it, and take this new film for what it is and just see it as its own movie. You don't have to compare it to anything. That is how good the movie is, that it can literally be its own standalone thing. As far as the graphics go, when it comes to all the sporty stuff, it is 100% believable. It is so amazing how they did this stuff. So many different parts of the story take place in different countries and cities all over the world. So I also love movies like this where you get to see a bunch of different places. And this movie was actually directed by Erikson Core, who I've always liked as a cinematographer with the few movies that he has out there. But as far as current, like recent things go, he hasn't really done anything, at least not on a big scale like this movie. So for him to come out of nowhere with this was really cool. So he directed this, and he was also the director of photography. He did the cinematography, and I think that's honestly why the action shots and the sport scenes were really good. So what rating would I give Point Break? Especially after talking about it just now and going over it all for this video, I'm tied, honestly, between giving it an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. Like I said, you have to remember that I'm coming from a point of view of loving extreme sports and loving how they look on screen. But even if I were to remove the extreme sports aspect, I think just being objective, like say I was a third party and I'm just viewing it as, is it a quality movie or not? I would say yes, it's definitely a quality movie. Visually, good quality. Acting, performance-wise, good quality. Story-wise, good quality, because it's a different type of story, even though it's a remake, so people are gonna be like, oh, it's not different, it was done already. Like I said, there are a lot of changes to the story, enough to make it its own good new story. And that's all you really need. Action-wise, if you're an action person, great quality, okay? One more thing. When it comes to Point Break, I think you, first of all, do need to see it in the theater, because it's one of those huge scale movies with action, sports, and nature, and that all needs to be seen on a big screen. When it comes to 3D, I just personally don't ever really like 3D. And every time I'm forced to see a movie in 3D at a screening, I'm always hoping, you know what, maybe this will be the movie that turns me around on the 3D spectrum and makes me start loving it, because maybe it'll be really cool. But even with Point Break, I was like, why is this in 3D? Nothing is happening. In all the surfing stuff, there were no like waves that felt like they were flying over me. Like, why not? That would be so cool. Come on, Hollywood. So I hope that was helpful for any of you guys who were wondering about Point Break. And I hope that you guys like it if you see it. And as usual, comment down below telling me what you think about the movie before you even see it. And then if you see it, tell me what you thought about it afterwards. And one more thing, I want to tell you guys that you can follow me on my social media. I'll have the links down below in the description box, and you can follow me on those and I will follow you back. Click like on this video, give it a thumbs up if you are interested in Point Break. I want to see how many people are like interested in this movie, because honestly I don't see tons of people reviewing it. I don't see tons of people in the comments under videos about Point Break other than people bashing it, and it's like, shut up, dude. Alright, I hope to see some of you guys on my social media, and I hope you guys subscribe if you want more movie reviews and any other funny videos that I have planned for the future. So you better be on the lookout. Alright, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas, a beautiful New Year, all of that, and may 2016 be an awesome one.